I am so thrilled to be back. Are you thrilled to be back, Lerena?
I am. It's a great day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
day. And what day is it? Let's check the calendar here. I think it's October 8th.
Yes, Tuesday, October 8th.
Tuesday, October 8th.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this video, and I hope you'll share it with everyone, this is actually the 13th episode of Give me a moment here. I need to grab my notes. The 13th episode of Robert's Search for Wellness and Well-Being. Meet amazing experts like Lerena, ready to support you and me, change how we all feel for the better. The 13th episode. How do you feel about that, Lerena?
Well, I'm not superstitious at all. I have a real strong faith, so I don't look for that. So the 13th to me is just another day, and it's a great day. So,
It's awesome. You know
yeah,
what? I'm feeling better already.
yeah, yeah,
Feeling better already.
yeah.
I'm Robert Mandelson, the creator and facilitator of powerful play experiences, brings people together. And it's been a fun journey over the past year, meeting wonderful, wonderful people just like Lorena, who have wonderful stories to share, both personal and professional, to move all of us in a better place of wellness and well-being.
Mhm.
And Lorena, you do this very well. Apparently, you do this very well. You and I have recently met, and I'm so darn impressed with you. So darn impressed with you. And that's why I had to have you here today for a wonderful conversation. Robert's Search for Wellness and Well-Being. Meet amazing experts like Lorena, ready to support you and me, change how we all feel for the better. Uh, Tell me a bit about yourself and how the title of today's casual interview relates to you and the work that you do.
Thank you, Robert. And it's been a pleasure to get to know you too on a professional and a personal basis. So thank you for that lovely
You
introduction.
bet.
So I'll tell a little bit about my current role. So I'm the executive director of an organization called PEP Society, or Parents Empowering Parents, PEP Society.
Okay, hold on. Let's slow that down.
Okay.
Parents, parents empowering,
Empowering Parents,
parents empowering parents society.
PEP Society. Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
It- Go ahead, go ahead.
And now the reason why we're starting to rebrand it more as PEP Society, because
Hmm.
although we serve parents, we serve families, right? So we serve anybody who is supporting a loved one struggling with addiction. And what we do is family recovery. So today I thought maybe we just talk about recovery because it just fits so well
Yeah.
within what you do. And I loved, and just so you know, Robert, I use your line a little bit better. Right. So that's what we do. That's what we do for families. We help them move into being a little bit better. When you're working in the field of addictions and recovery, and I've been working in this field now for 17 years.
Wow.
It's addiction is an illness. Yeah, yes, thank you, Robert. Yes, yeah. It's a passion of mine because I'm a person of lived recovery. So I'm a person of lived recovery of 18 years. And because of my own journey, I also had family members who struggled with addiction. You know, there was some generational stuff in my family. So I also have the family aspect and what it did to my family and what I see it do to families every day working at PEP.
So let me take a step back and say, first of all, thank you for sharing a little bit about your own personal journey. Um, uh, but I'm super excited to hear how you've, excuse me, how you've taken that personal journey. and you've reworked it into some type of giving back to a community of people in support of their wellness, their well-being, their betterment, but specifically through something you called recovery. You had mentioned that word a few minutes ago. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so recovery is a process. It's not an event. So what
Mhm.
recovery looks like for a person that is either moving out of their addiction or for the family is it's a step process. It's a way for them to start to recognize that their own individual wellness is important and that they need to take steps and to learn. Let's face it, when we talk about addiction and recovery, these are words that families, they don't necessarily have knowledge about, right? When they have a loved one struggling with addiction, they don't know. They don't know about the illness. They don't know how to help. They don't know how to support them. But what they also don't know is how they can get entangled in the illness and
Okay,
how that.
now I'm going to politely interrupt,
Okay.
and I'll just clear my throat. I'm politely interrupting, politely,
Yes.
because I'm blown away at how easy you talk about this subject, and you have a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Talking about addiction, recovery, self-care, and you talk about it with no heaviness. I would have expected us to be here. I would have expected myself to feel the heaviness of the topic, but I'm not. I'm
Mhm.
not. And that's a total compliment to you.
Oh, thank you, Robert. Well, let's face it, there's a lot of pain. There is a lot of pain in this subject, right? I mean, when you come to a PEP meeting, so we have professionally facilitated meetings for families, you will hear a lot of painful stories because, let's face it. I mean, when you talk about addiction, one of the reasons people can even get addicted or in the illness is because it's an escape of pain. It's a
Yes.
form of escapism, right? So it's really challenging for the families to talk about their pain, but recognize that they need to, because in order to get well for the person struggling with the addiction or the family members, you can't escape the pain. You have to find a way to get well in the midst of the pain.
Okay, so you're the executive director of PEP Society.
Right.
You bring your personal story, your lived experiences into the journey that is PEP Society. You're meeting and connecting and building relationships with families who they themselves, through no fault of their own, have their own baggage, have their own concerns or issues with one or more family members. The last time you and I spoke, I was so impressed once again because you and I found a common thread, the idea of starting a conversation. I love to start conversations about mental health, workplace mental health, but you start a different kind of conversation. So expand on that again.
That's right. That's right. Well, again, we talk about stigma. I mean, let's face it, there's stigma with mental health and addiction, right? And in order for us to start the healing process, we need to we need to break that stigma. We need to educate. We need to relate. We need to educate. We need to relate to each other, right? We need that compassion, that kindness when we're supporting people in the midst of this, right? So the conversation needs to start. We need to talk about it. Let's face it, the person struggling with the addiction has a voice, but so does the family. The family has a voice, right? And we need to bring it out of the darkness. We need to shine light on it, because as we do that, we start to, and we have this conversation, we start to recognize that everybody's impacted, directly or indirectly. Everybody has a story
And
about it.
just to look at the audience one more time, we'll take a few more minutes here with Lerena Greig, Executive Director of PEP Society. She's here today on my search for wellness and well-being. Meet amazing experts like Lerena, ready to support you and me change how we all feel for the better. And what I heard you saying in terms of the high value of the conversation, I heard this.
Yes,
Why
yes.
do you think I heard this in terms of the high value of a conversation, whether it's mental health, whether it's addictions, whether it's any other issues? Why did I hear you matter? You matter when you talked about the high importance of a conversation, facilitating conversations, especially at PEP Society.
Mm. Well, again, just bringing it down to the basic level of we all have, everybody has a story.
Yes.
In that story, there can be pain, there can be there can be situations, right? And recognizing, when we get families into our group, and our groups are filled with parents, grandparents,
Mm.
siblings, everybody's impacted, friends, spouses. Um, we hear one of the main things that when they step into that room for the first time is recognizing they're not alone.
Okay.
Right? That whole you're not alone. You're not alone in this, right? Yes, you matter. Right.
So do you see children? Do you see youth? Do you?
No, we don't. So our groups, because of the content and the education component, we don't recommend that anybody under 18 attend our family recovery groups. We have started a youth group. We just did a pilot this year. So in Sherwood Park, we have a group called You Rise. It's a little different, but it's basically 15 to 18-year-olds who will have family members impacted by addiction, right? So helping the youth, having some transformative conversations with them, recognizing that they need some knowledge and education and how to support maybe a brother or maybe a parent or a friend, that they need to be able to have these conversations too. So we've just started a pilot with our youth. We're really excited about what that looks like.
And I'm very excited for you. Just for one a particular reason, I grew up in a generation where it just wasn't normal to have conversations around addiction that was either occurring in the immediate family or the extended family. And there was extended family members in my life working through their addictions. Uh, uh, but our family, we never talked about it. We never
Yeah,
talked.
right. Well, again, that stigma, right? I mean,
Hmm.
let's face it, there's still a lot of misunderstanding about the illness, right? And what that pertains to, and judgment, right? So our family recovery group is a safe, non-judgmental place to get that knowledge and that peer support within the group, right? The power of that peer support within the group.
And is PEP Society just located here in Edmonton? Is it across Alberta?
Well, we have become an Alberta-wide, thanks to the virtual
Yeah.
aspect. So, COVID did open our eyes a bit to that possibility, but we did start. So we were founded in Strathcona County in Sherwood Park, and now we've expanded to the capital region and surrounding areas. So we have in-person groups in South Edmonton, St. Albert, and Sherwood Park. And we have a permanent virtual group every Wednesday. And we are in the process of planting a group in the community of Red Deer, an in-person group. So we are expanding. We do recognize that if the resources were there, every community would definitely find value in a PEP family recovery group. But we're trying to be intentional and hoping that eventually these growth models that the municipality will step in and support their families by supporting PEP in their community.
And just to refresh our audience's memory, PEP is Parents Empowering Parents Society. And
PEP Society.
PEP
Yes, yes.
Society. And what is the website URL?
Oh, thank you. So the website is www.pepsociety, all one word, .ca. This year we celebrate 20 years. So we've been doing this for 20 years, and I believe that we do it very well.
Wow. Wow. Powerful play experiences, a mere 18 years.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Just
Congratulations,
well,
Robert.
just 18, not 20. Wow. And have you been around for most of that period of time?
I've been with PEP for 10 years in,
Wow.
in this leadership role. Previously to that, I worked for a women's residential treatment center for about 7 years. So that's my 17 years in this field so on both ends, So I've walked alongside individuals seeking recovery, and I've walked alongside families seeking recovery.
And you're okay if we post this on LinkedIn, this video recording on LinkedIn?
Yes, please. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate, we're a small grassroots organization, and we know that there are a lot of family members out there that could use our that could
Yes.
that could use our programs. I should say that our programs are free. We don't want any barriers to families attending.
Hmm.
We also have a toll-free support line. All our programs are professionally facilitated by persons who are trained in addictions and recovery and trauma-informed care. So, reach out. You're not alone.
Wow. You've been enjoying the company of Lerena Greig, Executive Director of Parents Empowering Parents Society, or better known as PEP Society. And I just need to come back to a comment that I made earlier on. I am uh, I am pleasantly overwhelmed at how you've taken a topic, a traditional topic that would sound very heavy,
Mm.
and sort of conjure up a lot of negativity and negative emotions. And you flipped it on its side and said, not so much, Rob, not so much.
Mm.
And if we can bring family together for some heartfelt conversations, authentic conversations, and find strategies, ways, techniques, activities to support one another and to support the healing. That's
Yes.
all about wellness. That's all about well-being. And do you see yourself in that way, like a well-being expert, a wellness expert?
Well, the word expert scares me a little bit, but I would say that wellness and well-being is definitely an aspect of PEP. That's really what our
Wow.
mission is, right? Is to move families into wellness, to be a little bit better, right? And when you look at the field of addiction, if the support system of the person that struggles with addiction is unhealthy, the family unit is unhealthy, then we're going to continue to see that cycle right? So if we can, the family unit, it's an important part of this journey. And it's important for them to recognize their own value
Yeah.
as individuals in that family, right? And yeah, like you would say, if we can help them to be a little bit better, it's all worthwhile.
Wow. What a great way to end yet another awesome conversation with my new best friend, Lerena, Lerena Greig.
Yeah.
And reach out to her at PEP Society. I can't thank you enough. Um, Not just for the work that you do, but the person who you are.
Thank
And
you.
I can see the very natural fit between the mission of PEP Society and your own personal mission. And it must bring a great deal of not gratitude, but a great deal of um, you're thankful. You're thankful for
Mhm.
the for how families open up in such an honest and authentic way. There's a sort of a gratitude that they're opening up, and in return, you're serving them to feel a bit better.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'd like to think that myself and my team, that there's a lot of heart involved in what they do, right? And they have a passion
Yeah.
to help move families into wellness.
Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Robert.
No, thank you. Thank you for making it through the 13th episode. We have no superstitions here. There's
No,
nothing superstitious at all.
no, that's right. It's just a number.
It's just a number.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you, Robert. I
You bet.
appreciate the opportunity. Have a great day.